What's going on, guys? So, obviously today we're here to talk about the Benchmade 945BK-1. It's a Benchmade 940 shrunk down to a smaller platform. That's it. Everything you know about the 940 you're going to get with this knife. It's an awesome knife. Let's take a look at it and see. We've got G10 scales, G10 liners. We've got our axis lock, a split arrow pocket clip. We've got a coated blade with a reverse tanto. Got that good strong tip. And well, we've got a first production also. Don't want to leave that out. That's important to some people. Me being one of those people. So, this guy is a treat. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. It has not let me down at all. There have been a few things where I didn't really want to use this guy because I was worried about scratching the coating, but the coating didn't scratch and everything worked out great. So pretty good coating going on the blade. I do wish that this came in a variant without a coating, but since it doesn't, I'm gonna be happy with what we got, right? Supposedly, they're supposed to be bringing out more versions of this guy, and we won't have to worry about that. Now, if you're on the fence about buying this knife, then chances are you know a little bit about Benchmade, right? Or chances are you know nothing, and you're looking at this knife to see if you should buy it for your first knife. And if that's the case, if you know nothing about knives and you're looking for a good starter knife for under $200, this knife checks all those boxes. This knife has got a great warranty program to come with it. It's a great built knife. It's a fun, flickable knife. It's fun to fidget with, play with. I hate to say play with, speaking of knives, but you know what I mean. We're all adults here. We play with our knives. The steel's really good steels, not too bad to sharpen. The blade shape comes in handy. You can get a lot of work done with this blade. He's gonna be stiff, he's gonna be sturdy. If you needed to beat on the top of it here and split some logs, maybe you shouldn't do that, but I guarantee you this knife will probably hold up. The weakest link in this knife for anybody buying any axis lock is going to be your Omega springs, but they're nothing. You can pick up a few extras. It's fixed in 10 minutes. I've never had one break, knock on wood, but from what I understand, it's a big deal. I've got a few extras just in case. This knife in general, let's go into our specifications for it. It is 6.76 inches long. It's got a blade length of 2.92 inches, so it's legal in all states pretty much. It has a blade thickness of 0.10, which is 0.02 thinner than the original 940. It's made out of S30V, the blade has a hardness of 58 to 60. It's a reverse tanto blade style. It's got a flat grind. It's got a black coated finish, plain edge, and this guy comes in right around 1.9 ounces. So super lightweight knife, super tough knife, super fun knife, really good looking knife. The blue accents really make it pop. The pattern in the G10, it's super smooth, so it gives you no grip function, but it feels good in the hand all the same. So if you are brand new to knives, this is going to be your first big knife purchase, and you're going to spend around $200 after tax to take this guy home. If you do, you will not be disappointed. That's my opinion. That's not fact. I can't read everybody's mind and predict the future, but if I would recommend this knife to anybody who likes knives. This would be a great everyday carry knife, right? Now, if you've had a few knives, if you've already got the Benchmade 940, and you're wondering, should I get the mini? Well, do you like the 940? Does the 940, do you like the way the 940 functions? Do you like the way the 940 feels? Because this aluminum here feels great, feels premium, but you're not going to get that feel out of this G10. But this G10 feels great. It doesn't feel plasticky or anything. It doesn't feel like it's made cheaply. This is a very, very nice, very smooth G10. But the overall feel of the knife, the form, the fit, the operation, if you like your 940, you're going to like this mini 940, without a doubt. Now, I'd want to say that the 940 comes in right at 2.9 ounces, and this guy's 1.9 ounces. So, about 2/3 of the weight of this guy is this guy, right? 2/3 of the weight is this guy versus this guy. Yeah, this weighs 1.9, this weighs 2.9. I'm not trying to confuse anybody, especially not myself. So, this is a great knife to have if you've carried it and you want to know, should you buy this knife? If you like this, absolutely buy this knife, unless you just hate small knives. Now, also, this guy, right? Same thing. And the weight difference between these two, 2.4 ounces, 1.9 ounces. So our 945BK-1 is about half an ounce lighter than our 940-1. And this is a light knife, guys. So if size is a huge issue for you, and you want that full size knife feel instead of the mini knife feel, then maybe you should look into spending a little extra money and bumping on up to this 940-1 instead. But if you're fine with a smaller knife, if you've got a mini griptilian and you like the size of your mini griptilian, these knives are almost identical in size in every way except shape, obviously, and weight. And what I mean by that is the 1.9 ounce 945BK-1 versus the 3.89 ounce mini griptilian. So double. I mean, we're basically double there, a little over actually. This weight to this weight. So we're going to have a much lighter knife, and most likely that's going to turn into a much better carry experience. The less you notice it, the more it's out of your way and not bothering you during any other task, and there when you need it, that's what you want. That's what 1.9 ounces does for you, right? Now, 3.89 ounces, that's obviously not heavy, but that's heavy for this category because as we know, Benchmade's got another competitor in the small knife market, the mini series, as we call it, which comes out to be the mini bugout. This mini bugout here happens to belong to my girlfriend. Bought it for I think randomly. I'm not real positive. This mini griptilian is also hers. Now that was a birthday present. But this, I believe we just got this for the getting because she wanted a mini bugout. Now, this guy here is uber lightweight, 1.5 ounces. So about 0.4 ounces lighter than the 940. But, no, don't get me wrong. I love a mini bugout. I have went back and forth with myself so many times about getting one for myself, but I have hers to play with whenever I want to play with it. My stepson also has one in red, and I have the mini 940 here. So, you know, I've struggled to buy one myself, but I'm sure I will at some point in time. I love this knife. It's a great knife. That being said, when we compare it to the mini 940, I think the mini bug out loses. Now, their overall length for our mini 940 is going to be 6.76 inches, and our mini bug out is going to be 6.49. So our mini bug out is going to be just a little bit shorter than our mini 940. Let's see if we can get that to even out. So, a little bit shorter. Our blade length on our mini Osborne is going to be 2.92 versus our blade length on our mini bug out 2.82. So we've got a slightly longer blade also. Our steels on both are the same. Our blade thickness on our mini bug out is 0.09, a little thin slicey blade. And then on our mini 940, we're looking at 0.10, which is not very much more, but enough to be a little stronger and a little less slicey. Much more slicey than the original 940. It comes in at 0.12. Overall, to me, the mini 940 wins over the mini bug out in every category except for the pocket clip. I really wish I could get a deep carry pocket clip for my mini 940 that didn't bother the hand, that didn't feel awkward in the hand. If any of you guys know of one that I could get, let me know. But from everyone else I've seen, no other deep carry pocket clip will work right and feel comfortable on this 945BK-1. So, that being said, this guy here beats out this guy to me. And I believe we've looked at just about every knife I have over here to compare it to except one. So let's do that here. Obviously, good bit smaller than this knife, but this is also a mini series, so I didn't want to leave him out. Our mini Super Freak. Now, what are the comparisons? Well, we already know what the mini 940 is, so let's just go over here to the mini Super Freak and see what those specs are going to be. We've got an overall length of 7.05, so it's a little longer, obviously. Blade length of 3 inches, which is a little bit longer, 0.08 inches longer than the 945BK-1. Our blade thickness on the mini Super Freak is going to be 0.10, which is identical to the mini 945. We're going to be having S90V steel in this guy, S30V steel in this guy. This steel supposedly a little harder to sharpen. That being said, this knife weighs a good bit more, 2.6 ounces versus 1.9, so about 0.7 ounce difference. And this is a great knife. If you're looking in the mini series and you're willing to pay right at $300 for a knife, I would recommend this knife over this knife. But if you have this knife or you don't care for this knife, there is no reason to feel bad about spending $175 for this knife. If you can consider any other knife worth $200, then give me good reason that this knife is not worth the $175 they're asking. There's no good reasons. There's opinions. There's no good reasons. This knife to me is just awesome. I kind of wish there was a accent of blue through this V-cut line here. I really wish they would have went with the blue G10 to show through that. I feel like that would have really really popped on this knife. All totaled, I love this knife. This is a great knife to carry, a great knife to use. No issues whatsoever. Action is flawless. It's definitely a top 5 for me in my knives. And probably 2 other spots in that top 5 would be 940s. So if you don't own a 940, a 940-1, a 940-2, a 945BK-1, a 943, if you don't own one of those knives, and you don't understand what I'm saying when I say that a 940 is just an all-around great pocket knife, go out and get you one. And if you want a small version, go out and get you a 945BK-1. Hope you guys have a great day. I appreciate you listening to me talk, and see you next time.